Welcome back to another great review and taste test. Today we're going to have Guinness Draught versus Leinenkugel's Northwood Amber. And in the world of beer, there's not too many names that resonate as strongly as Guinness and Leinenkugel, or Leinenkugel and Guinness. Now, Guinness Draught, with its iconic Irish heritage and creamy texture, stands as a staple in many beer lovers' repertoire. On the other hand, Leinenkugel's Northwood Amber offers a unique American craft beer experience with a rich, malty characteristic. Now, this review aims to provide an in-depth comparison of these two distinctive beers, exploring their flavor profiles, aromas, and overall drinking experience. Now, with their appearance, these two beers are completely different. One is much lighter than the other. I'll take a look here first at Leinenkugel. And it's a clear beer. And this is a craft beer. One of the best ones out there, I believe. And you can see they definitely have a good filtration system, and it clears out very nicely. And along with Guinness, which most of you obviously know, that's definitely a darker beer with an iconic head or foam. Now, the more vigorously you let that fall down, the more pronounced it will be. Just a beautiful beer. Now, in the world of beer, few names resonate as much as Guinness and Leinenkugel. Guinness Draught, with its iconic Irish heritage and creamy texture, stands as a staple of many beer lovers' repertoire. And I myself just love this stuff. Very, very good. Smooth tasting beer. I believe this one's at 4.2%, and this one here, I believe, if I got it on my notes, is a 4.6. I could be wrong on that. I believe it's 4. There it is. 4.9. 4.9%. And this here is 4.2. Now, the other Guinness is 5.2 or 5.6. So it's a bit stronger, but this is the smoother tasting Guinness. If you want a really good beer that tastes good, you'll still catch a little, this is the way to go. Now, if you don't care much about taste, you want to catch a buzz, there's much, much cheaper beer out there. This is basically just a review of these two. Now, I have notes here on food pairing suggestions, And they talk about, this one usually is with chocolate desserts, chocolate cakes, but I'd say with both these beers, especially this one, just buy a good pack of brats and you got yourself a party. Hell yeah. Don't forget the music. Now, one thing I will say about the brewing process of both these places, if this is a craft beer, meaning Leinenkugel, I guess, is a craft brewery, which is a very good tasting beer for a craft brewery. I've reviewed some other craft brews. I'm not a big fan of most craft brews. They just lack the ability to clear the beer. And when the beer is not clear, where do you drink it? Well, I've told before that I brewed my own beer before many years ago, and a lot of the sediment will go down to the bottom of the bucket or the jar. We had big 5-gallon and 6-gallon jars. So your sediment, you put the yeast in it for about 2 weeks, and then the yeast will stop eating the sugar in the wort. The wort is the water that the grains create. And then the yeast will eat that sugar in the wort, becoming beer. But on the bottom 2 inches or 3 inches is all that junk that you don't want in your beer. And if a little bit of it gets in there, it might give you off flavors. And you can see by some of these off colors, the cloudiness, not all of it got out. And I believe, this is my own opinion, that if they don't clean that out, you don't get this. And you get a skunky smell, a very harsh aftertaste, and it's not very pleasant compared to these two. But when it comes to these two beers, and I believe this one, look at that, I got a little more. Pleasant surprise. This one is in, I'm not sure where it is. I'm not sure where either one of these are. I know this one's not in America, and I'm not sure about this one. But I'd say between choosing these two beers, which then again, they're not in the same class. But this one's definitely my favorite. I mean, you could always have your own little test and check it out yourself. Now this is Leinenkugel Northwoods Amber. And this is Guinness Draught Stout. And if I go down to Iowa, I get 5 cents back. I'll waste $50 of gas to get 5 cents. Hell of a deal. So, I think this pretty much is the end of this video. We got the answer for me. There's a little bump on my glass. I feel like I got cheated. This one too. I didn't take care of that very well. So, like always, thanks for joining. And if you're going to drink, do not drink and drive. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.